I'm going to talk to you about a few of my designer trainers. I do have a few. And when I do that face, it's, as I said, my last vlog, I do feel a bit guilty. Anyway, that was last week. Hello, welcome to my second vlog. Welcome back, shall I say. Last week was my first and I was only able to say welcome to. So first of all, for anyone who did watch my vlog last week, thank you. Thank you very much. I received quite a lot of DMs, lots of messages to say keep going, and I really do appreciate that. So we're in a new week and we have some natural sunlight. I'm so happy. It's freezing, but it's sunny. And this week, I wanted to talk about designer trainers. Are they worth the hype to you? And by that, what I mean is, with a day of designer anything, you do have a higher price. And with trainers, because they're on your feet, they do get a lot of wear and tear. So when I talk about are they worth the hype, I want to cover things like the price, comfort, the style, fit, longevity and the wearability. It's a very lucrative market, and obviously brands are turning trainers and sneakers around every year, every season, and in every colour, as well as having a classic collection and a seasonal collection. So for me, I wanted to discuss it because I actually have a passion for streetwear, leggings, sneaks, caps, tops, tees, hoodies. You know, these are the things that I love wearing on a down day or even just going into London. Designer wear, particularly trainers, are very, very trendy. They're very, very trend-led. They're all over Instagram, social media, TikTok. However, they do come with a price tag. So I'm going to talk to you about a few of my designer trainers. I do have a few. And when I do that face, it's, as I said, my last vlog, I do feel a bit guilty. Anyway, that was last week. So the first pair I'm going to show you are my Alexander McQueen trainers. Here's the original box. And these trainers launched in 2014, and I bought them shortly after. Basically, I love this brand. I absolutely love McQueen and everything that he did. And with these trainers, I'm 5'2", and because they have a platform sole, it was a no-brainer really. I'll show it to you in its original packaging. So, as always with McQueen, they always know how to wrap a pair of trainers. Zebra print tissue paper, of course. Still in its original packaging. Isn't she beautiful? Ugh. Now, I'm showing you this pair first because, as I said, I'm going to start with my least favourite down to my most favourite. So this doesn't mean that I don't like it. I'm still calling it a favourite, but it's my least favourite, and I'll explain why. I'll just take her out of her box. I mean, look at these. Just look at these. These are 9 years old, first of all. Look at the condition. I mean, yes, I've worn her, but I'll tell you how often I've worn her. I've only worn her about 5 times. And I'll tell you why. I'll show you one to start with. For those of you who don't know, these trainers are incredibly robust. When I say that, I mean 9 years I've had these trainers and they still look brand new. There are no bends on the leather where you might expect the wear to be. There's no sort of collapsing at the tongue. Even the tongue itself is very smooth. You know, with the pulling of the tongue, you'd expect it to wear. Even the back. So in terms of longevity, these trainers keep their look. However, they're not very comfortable. For me anyway. Now, they do say, because this is completely leather lined, it's leather inside. Oh my gosh, it's still so immaculate inside. It's leather lined, upper and outer. Obviously the sole is rubber, but because the sole is so thick, you can't bend the shoe when you walk. So when I wear this, it is true to size and it fits me perfectly, but I think it's almost too perfect, because when you're wearing a shoe, any shoe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I would love to see if you disagree with this, you want to have this part of the shoe to bend, because if it doesn't, you're going to be walking quite flappy, you know, with a flat foot. So in terms of comfort, they're not very comfortable. They look great on a photo, they look fantastic with black leggings, and they hold their shape very, very well. In terms of the price, when I bought these, they had just come out, and I bought them for £390. And this particular model is now valued at £450. There are slightly more expensive models, such as the ones with the metallic back, all over metallic, velvet, sequins, and they can go up to £650 and more. So why I chose these is because I love black and white, as you know, and I think that this kind of style in this shoe would last very, very long time. So in terms of longevity, this kind of shoe, if you are happy with the fact that it doesn't bend there, it will last for decades. It will go out of fashion. And in fact, it isn't the most popular sneaker or trainer to buy right now. That said, for the likes of people who do like Alexander McQueen, when you're walking, you just look at the branding on this. It's just incredible. Gold Alexander McQueen branding there, and nothing else at the front. So it's an iconic shoe for the brand. And if you do love the brand, then you will know that you're wearing a McQueen shoe. Underneath as well, I'm pulling it back, excuse the mud, you have the McQueen in the middle as well. So in terms of my favourites, these are still my favourite. I don't really reach for them anymore. In fact, I'm actually thinking of selling them. I have a couple of pairs of these. I have a pair is white, all white, with a rose gold metallic heel. So yeah, I mean, I don't reach for them, but I love them, and they are one of my two black designer sneakers. So the second pair I'm going to talk about with you are my Chanel pair of trainers. And I did have a little bit of a dither whether this should be my second or my first in the list of three I'm talking about today. So we have Chanel. Let me open it for you first. Regarding when I bought this, I bought it in 2021, and I'm sure you can guess what it is, given you know that I like monochrome and I like classic styles. You know that yet? Probably not. I'm very, very happy that I've got this, by the way. As you can see, my face is already lit up. I don't think it lit up as much for McQueen trainers than it will for this. Are we even ready? I don't know if I am. Ooh. Oh, little crystal cheddar ribbon. Right, so we have a spare pair of laces, white. Ooh. Oh, these are such babies. Oh my good God. With these trainers now, a whole different kettle of fish. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a bit of a Chanel fan. I'm a fan of all the brands that I'm talking to you about today. Hello, do we like them? Here we have the classic Chanel sneaker that came out in 2021. Oh my goodness, these were so hard to find. Didn't think I'd get them. Finally managed to get the black pair. Absolutely wanted originally to have the white pair, but when this became available, I had to have it. The reason I wanted the white pair was because I've already got the McQueen in black. So I was trying to be sensible. At that point, I had only had the McQueen. I didn't want to create a huge collection of sneakers, and I'm only going to wear perhaps black or white of one brand. The number one thing I want to talk about, first of all, is how light they are. They are so light when you compare the McQueen ones, which are very, very heavy. So when you wear this, you can wear this all day if you want. I can already feel such a difference to the ones I showed you before. And I think the point of why this is because it is obviously modelled on a running shoe. So it's very, very lightweight in terms of the fabrication that's used with the knitted panels, which are on the middle here as well. It has a combination of suede and leather, and with the iconic black and white monochromatic logos. Now, I'm a little bit of a logo freak on this. If you don't want to know it's Chanel, you're not going to have much chance wearing these. So if you want to shout about the branding on this pair of shoes, you will buy the Chanel classic sneakers. If you want a logo on a trainer, you are going to be very happy with this pair, because not only do you have it on the side, if you can't see it, it's right there, but you also have it at the front. Can you see here? Little Chanel here. And if that isn't good enough, maybe look underneath. You have it down there as well. You just need a bit of snow or sand to show it off. So in terms of the design of this shoe, I mean, I love it. It's my favourite kind of thing. I love black and white. I love the logo. I'm not afraid to show it off on my feet for the sake of having this shoe. And it obviously comes with the white laces. So if you did want to have a bit more of a contrasting look, then you can. The only drawback I have to say, well, a couple drawbacks I have to say, is I do like the design feature of the white on the ankle. But if I was to wear this every single day, or more frequently than I am already, then I will start to see, don't think I have that already, because I wear white socks with them only, colour transfer perhaps from socks, or even just dirt that will accumulate on the inside because it's fabric. Perhaps what they should have done was to have lined it all in black and kept the white on the outside. In fact, you can already see a little bit of colour rubbing off, perhaps when I was wearing it with my black leggings, on the tongue, slightly. Don't know if you can, is that even a little bit, just a little bit. Probably I could get that off actually. The comfort inside, first of all, you've got the lovely Chanel brand. Is that a fourth bit of Chanel branding in there? I think so. The inside is so comfortable. As I said, it's modelled on a running shoe, so when you're putting your foot inside, it's not spongy, but when you're walking, it's so light. And this does bend. I have got tissue in there. It does bend. So it does stand the test of comfort. I think it will stand the test for years to come in terms of style. It doesn't lose its shape, or it hasn't since I've been wearing it, and I have worn it. Oh, I can see a little bit of wear there, but I would expect that, like I said with the McQueen one, I would expect to see that, because that shows that it does bend where your foot would naturally bend. In terms of price, I bought these when they were £860. As of today, they're £920. They are part of the classic collection, so if you do want them, you won't have that much of a struggle to find them these days, because they're not a seasonal piece. So this is my second pair of the three. Let's go to the last one. Right, so my final trainer I'm going to show you is my number one in terms of my favourite trainer, my number one favourite trainer that I have that's designer. Can we guess? Do we know what I might show? Does anyone know me yet? What I might be showing you? Oh, it's in a white box. And the winner, it is Celine. Hello, old friend. Okay. Now, my smile gets bigger and bigger the more and more I talk about product, but this is my favourite. Let me just show you. It's a heavy box. I mean, the branding is great. Can you see the embossed edges of the box? Probably not, but it's an awesome box. Now, with my Celine trainers, I bought them because, as I said, I do have a second pair of McQueen oversized sneakers, which is white with the rose gold heel. And because I wasn't so in love with the fit of that one. I haven't really reached for it. So I wanted a pair that I could reach for that's in white. This is my little baby. Let me just show you now. So white trainers in black tissue. Ooh. I do keep her in her dust bags. Maybe you can guess what these are. I bought these in spring last year in London from the London flagship store, and it's because I actually was really in love with the runway pair from the year before. So these were the runway pair from last year. Oh my god. Let me show you both. Here we have the Celine Classic trainers. They are the mid-height. They did offer it in the low as well. I always tend to go for mid-height trainers because I like the chunky look of them. So here we have my absolutely wonderful Celine sneakers. As I said, I bought these in spring last year, so they are the newer of the three. Let us look in detail. Here we have a very classic Celine sneaker. This is the runway style from last year, as I said, and the one before that I actually had my eye on was a high top. This is a mid top, and the high top had the Celine Velcro strap across the front of the ankle instead. Last year's one has the strap over the top, which is functional. It's made from, I would say, the most buttery soft leather that I've found on a sneaker today. I mean, I love my Nike Air Force Ones. I love them. They're my babies. They're my everyday. I wear them all the time. But these, obviously, they are modelled on the Nike Air Force Ones. But the design of these, combined with the leather and the width, it's slightly wider, and I'll compare it to the other ones in a minute. It's just an all-round comfortable shoe. Let's look at the detail. First of all, as I said, if you're going to buy a pair of sneakers, you're either going to be the person who likes a logo or who doesn't. Now, if you like a logo, Celine's got it all for you in one shoe. First of all, you've got it on the tongue. You've got it on the Velcro strap. You have it on the side. You have it on the back, oops, in case you decide to turn around. And if you ever so walk on a bit of snow or sand, you have her on the bottom as well. So she's very much catering for the logo girl. Now, in terms of comfort, these shoes are so comfortable. Now, when I say it's like walking on a cloud, it absolutely is. Oh, look, found another little bit of branding on the inside, see? I think that's about 5 bits of branding on one pair of shoes. Now, when I wear this, I might go back to the fact that I went to Paris in these. I travelled in Paris in these, and I wore them pretty much the whole day and in the flight and everything. And these pair of shoes, I don't know what they've put in the sole, but it's so soft. It's so springy. It's not overly soft that over time I think this would flatten. I don't think it would flatten at all. In fact, I'm even putting my hand inside where my toes were, and you can't feel any indentation. So with these trainers, they actually are incredibly comfortable. They bend where they're supposed to bend, and as I've said, they're one of my newer pairs, and I don't really mind that you've already got a wear line here. I mean, look, that's what a shoe's supposed to do. If I pick up the McQueen one, you can see that where you have the wear on the toe here, you don't have that on the McQueen one. As I said, this does keep its beautiful shape and looks pristine, but I would rather have a slightly worn looking shoe that gives me days and hours of comfort, and this is what this one does. With the Chanel shoe, this is also very light. This is a little bit heavier. However, I actually could wear this much longer than I can with this one because of the inside of the sole on the Celine. So this has got top marks for the look. I love the classic appeal of this. I'm going to endeavour to keep this as white as possible. Top marks for comfort, top marks for longevity, and top marks for design. I actually think this shoe will last much longer than this one. This is a classic Chanel monochromatic shoe, and even if it was in all white, I still think this would last much longer because it's that much of a classic design. In terms of price, I bought this one when it was £590 last year spring. It's now £650. When you compare the Chanel, which is £920, this is a much more comfortable shoe, which also gives you a high-end designer brand. Even if you don't want high-end designer, you've got the comfort there as well. I'm going to talk to you with the current prices in mind in case you are interested in buying any of these. So here we have, in order of what I've shown you, McQueen, £450, Chanel in the middle, £920, and Celine at the end, £650. And if I was to give you an honest opinion, if you're saving up for a pair of designer trainers and you're not sure which pair to buy, or if you're unsure which brand to buy even, I would say don't go for the middle pair first, because that is £920. If you're looking for something that's quite classic, then go for the Celine, the £650. And in terms of designer prices for sneakers, you can even go higher than that on the market. And to be honest, I don't know if I'd pay more than that. It'd have to be a cracking pair of shoes in terms of fit to warrant me to buy a higher price shoe. I'm quite happy to have another couple of colours of these. I'd be totally happy with that. But if you wanted something that is a lower price designer trainer, I actually wouldn't really recommend you to buy this one as your first one. Perhaps you could think about other brands like Michael Kors or Kurt Geiger. I actually would advise you to go and try this one on first. Don't just take it from someone who's talking to you on a screen with a shoe in her hand. Go and try on the actual shoe in the store and see for yourself. Try on a couple of sizes and see what you think. But bear in mind, when you do try on trainers or shoes in boutiques, it will be on a carpeted floor. So you need to bear that in mind, because when you're outside on the hard floor, that's when the truth comes. And I didn't know about that one until I bought this. That's my review. Let me know what you think. I have actually bought another pair. I may unbox it and show it to you on here. I actually have not unboxed it yet. I've had it for a few months, and as I've said in my first vlog, I keep it wrapped in its box. So I might show that one to you next. Let me know what you think. Share your opinion. Do you think it's a rip-off? Do you think they're worth the hype? Do you like the shoes, the designs here? Do you think there's anything that might have triggered you to want to buy one? And we can have a little discussion. But for now, I'm going to, as I said in my last one, close my eyes on sneakers and start thinking about something else. But that will be in another vlog to come. So thank you for watching, everyone. If you like this vlog, please give it a like. Put some comments in the comments box. Let's have a little natter about it. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I shall see you next week. Lots of love. Bye.